What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Nerdy Mark channel. I am Sid the Nerdy Mark, and today we have who should and will win at NXT TakeOver in your house. So, NXT TakeOver in your house is this Sunday, and I'm going to talk about my predictions for who should and will win. But I, of course, have not come alone. I've got Tim Farley and John Kearns, my good friends from Armbar Audio. How you boys feeling?
What?
Hello. It is great to be back on the Nerdy Mark channel.
John, how are you, man?
Yes, thank you, Sid, for having us back. I'm excited to talk about TakeOver in your house.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff coming up, and let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah, it's remember, it's in your house, it's not my house. Okay,
It's in my house. No,
your house.
The event is at my house.
It's in your house. Not my house. Not my house.
They're gonna all come here. They're gonna be in the backyard.
That's gonna be awesome.
There's
some garbage wrestling. Anyway, all right. So this is an interesting thing because we have finally our first takeover since this whole pandemic started.
Yeah.
And they're doing the whole thing with the crowds now. But yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to this and seeing how they present it. So boys, as you all know, we're going to talk about who should win or who maybe you want to win a particular match, and then who you think is actually going to win the match. So with that being said, let's dive right in and talk about who should and will win at NXT TakeOver in your house. So let's begin with probably a match that I'm actually really looking forward to, and as I'm sure you guys are as well. We're going to talk about Karrion Kross with Scarlett, of course, taking on the Black Heart himself, Tommaso Ciampa. Daddy's home. He's been home for a while, I guess. But this all started after he lost to Johnny Gargano in that weird warehouse place, and then he's still apparently sitting in that warehouse, and then he got attacked by Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
And so this whole match, that's kind of how it started. So Tim, I'll let you start it off. What do you think about the match? Who do you think should and will win, and all that stuff? And then John, and then finally myself.
I think Ciampa is a great first big opponent for Karrion Kross. I'm going to love to see what they do here. Who do I think should win? Karrion Kross. Who do I think will win? Karrion Kross. I don't think you deflate him this early in his NXT run.
I am in agreement with Timothy. I'm just going to say it. I think it would be idiotic to have Karrion Kross lose his first takeover.
Yeah.
Even if it has to be against Ciampa, which I never want Ciampa to lose. But Ciampa is a guy that can suffer a loss like this and not be damaged in any way. So should and will Karrion Kross.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I think, like you said, his first major feud on TakeOver. And the thing is, they seem to be strapping a rocket to the guy, so it would make no sense whatsoever for him to completely lose it. Just automatically just siphon out his gas, right, so to speak.
Right.
So I think it would be, like you said, it would be pretty absurd to have Ciampa win here. As much as I love Tommaso Ciampa myself, like I mark out every time I see him, but I think that they're investing all they have in Kross, and I think, as I'm also in agreement, Karrion Kross should and will win in this match. Up next, we have the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest, taking on the Prince, Finn Balor. I refuse to call him the Prince because he doesn't know how to spell frickin' Prince. He spells it with an X, as much as I love him, yes. This was an interesting match because, Finn Balor was attacked backstage by, Damian Priest. And, it's an interesting story. And I think it's an interesting matchup because with Damian Priest, his talents are very much underrated, and even when he was Punishment Martinez in Ring of Honor, I always thought he was one of the more underrated people. So I'm excited to see him get a bit of the spotlight.
Who am I going to go with here? This one is more difficult for me to pick because I want to say the same thing about Damian that I said about Karrion Kross. This is his first big takeover feud. But at the same time, you got Finn Balor, who has suffered a bit by just not being around. So I think I'd like to see Damian Priest get the win here, but I think Finn Balor will.
I think Damian Priest should win, and I think he will win. I think it will be a dirty finish. I don't think the feud will end because obviously Finn has to get his revenge for being attacked, but I don't think it happens at TakeOver.
Okay. I'm going to say that, yeah, it is a bit of a harder one to predict, but, I would say Finn Balor's quickly become one of my favorite superstars, if not my favorite superstar on NXT. I'm just because the fanboy in me, I'm going to say I want Finn Balor to win, but I do feel like, Tim, like you said, through a dirty finish. And wow, we got some cool graphics going on down there. That's awesome.
I'm so happy. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so I think that Finn Balor should win, but I do feel like Damian Priest will win this match. Next up, we do have all heart, no soul, or whatever he decides to say. Johnny Gargano taking on the limitless one, bask in his glory, Keith Lee, for the North American title. Now, I do have to say one quick thing. Since the reveal of the TNT title, I've been wanting to call it the North American title because of the red strap, but, whatever. But I still think I still think the North American title looks prettier. Anyway, that's besides the point. This was an interesting feud. I like the whole, the dinner scene that Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae had, and then right after, Mia Yim and Lee mocking them afterwards. Yeah. That was awesome. I love this. So kind of looking forward to this match because both these men they're able to move. Honestly, if Keith Lee, literally lost all his mass, he could be on 205 Live. That's what he would be. But because he's more or less a cruiserweight, trapped in a powerhouse's body in a way. But I mean, he does the power moves too. You get the point.
Who should win is a hard thing to say because I don't like when titles are taken off people early. But I think with this whole new heel run, Johnny should win. I think Keith Lee, though, will retain because I don't think they're going to take it off that early.
So who should win? Who will win? Keith Lee. That's all.
Okay. So I wanted to say
it's gotta
this.
Be
now,
Keith Lee.
Yeah. So I think, Tim, to your point, I think that makes sense that, Johnny Gargano with his heel run, he very well could take the title off of Lee. But I would like to see another scenario, and I'll talk about it in a sec. But I do think that Keith Lee should win, and then he should be going into a program with Karrion Kross, and he takes the title off of Lee. I think I think, like I said, they're doing everything they can. They're investing a lot into him. I don't mind them putting the North American title on Kross just now. Keith Lee can go into the NXT title soon enough. But I kind of want to. But before he does, I want to talk about what will happen with Johnny later on because I don't think he's going to be done this night. So I do think that Keith Lee should and will retain the North American title, and then Karrion Kross should be his next challenger. Okay, so it looks like John has a new background now. All right, so representing Armbar Audio.
In this video, you're watching me learn how to use Zoom.
There you go. Yeah, that's part of the fun. Join the fun, folks. Yeah. Anyway, so up next we have a match that was relatively recently added onto the card. We do have a 6-woman tag match between the heel team of Candice LeRae, the Poison Pixie, and Dakota Kai, and of course Raquel Gonzalez, along with Shotzi Blackheart, Tegan Knox, and Mia Yim. I'm not gonna lie, this is the match that I kind of care the least about, but it should be a decent one. I think I ranted about it in my last review of NXT in AEW, that they have not done anything with Shotzi Blackheart, despite the fact that she has such a cool character. She comes in riding in a damn tank, you know.
Yeah,
They
really abandoned that whole Dakota stealing her tank thing right away.
That was stupid. Yeah, that was yeah.
Like they could have done something.
I don't see it like that at all. I mean,
okay.
No, they give her promos. They've injected her into this feud.
Well, that video was really cool.
Rena Gonzalez.
Yeah, that was rad.
They took away she stole the tank, but then she came out to help Mia Yim and Tegan Knox. So
hopefully we'll see.
Yeah.
You know,
who should win? The face team. Who will win? The heel team. Candice, the win for the Gargano family on TakeOver in your house.
Yeah, I am in agreement with Timothy. I really want the face team to win because I want Shotzi Blackheart to win everything she does. But to drive home this new character for Candice, she's going to help get the win in this match.
I'm going to have to agree with that. I think it would be cool to see the face team win. But I do kind of want the face team to win just because they've been losing a lot on TV. And if they lose here, then it's almost like I don't know what's next. So, and I mean, I get it that you don't want heel Candice and this new character to suffer a loss, and also both Garganos shouldn't be losing. Although if both of them lose, I think the dinner segment will be really interesting next week.
Yeah.
So just for that, I want the face team to win, but you know, like you said, I think the heels are gonna win. And sticking with the women's division just for a little bit, we have Charlotte Flair, the current NXT Women's Champion, versus the genius of the sky, the Joshi Judas, Io Shirai, versus, of course, the Nightmare, Rhea Ripley. She's not the American Nightmare. She's the Australian Nightmare. This is interesting, a very interesting match. First of all, I don't think Rhea should have lost the title at Mania, but here we are. Charlotte Flair. She's Flair. She's more blonder and she has bigger boobs, so obviously she will win. Anyway, but I mean, regardless, I do think that Charlotte is a talented performer in the ring and whatnot. But three of the most amazing women's athletes going at it for the women's title.
The promo on the Go Home show for NXT TakeOver in your house was really, really good. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but they really emphasized Io Shirai in that promo. Also recently, I think today Triple H was on a call or whatever and said that Io Shirai is the best female performer right now. Also in the video, the promo package, Rhea Ripley was talking about how 2020 came and it brought her whole thing down. I do think Charlotte's going to lose. I don't think she's going to be the one who gets pinned. I think Io is going to possibly roll up Rhea. And I think that Io wins, but Charlotte's sticking around in NXT. I could see possibly Charlotte invoking a rematch clause, Rhea saying, I want the rematch, and then Rhea beats Charlotte on her way to Io. That's what I would like to see. So who should win? Either Rhea or Io. Who will win? In my eyes, Io Shirai.
I don't know that I will ever forgive WWE for what happened at WrestleMania 36. For what happened to Rhea and for what happened to Shayna Baszler. You had two women that were absolute killers in NXT. That were more over, two women that were more over than 90% of the men on the main roster. And you had Shayna Baszler lose to a half-ass pin. And the match between Charlotte and Rhea was much better, but my point stands. So who should win? Rhea Ripley. To undo the crime that was done at WrestleMania. In my opinion, who will win? Charlotte.
Man, I thought you were gonna go all Super Saiyan and kind of just, blow us all off. But damn. All right. Anyway, but that as heartfelt as
I am
that was.
a calm predator.
Oh Jesus. All right. Anyway, but so as much as I do agree with everything that's going that you said, John and Tim, I'm gonna go a little bit against the grain, and I'd say that Io should and will win this match. I think Io has been in the title picture the longest. I think it's a crime that they haven't put the title on her yet. I think this is her night. She should and absolutely win. And then later on, like you said, Tim, Rhea versus Io Shirai one-on-one for the NXT Women's title is exactly what should happen. So it looks like John switched backgrounds again. That's right. Before we begin, I guess a quick little promotion. Our newest episode of Armbar Nerds is up right now on all platforms, as well as on our YouTube channel, so you can check that out. Please do. It's a good time. We talk about a lot about music and touch up a little bit on everything going on today. So it's a good time. Go check it out. And we really, really appreciate it.
As it were.
Yes. And finally, though, we have the main event. We have the Velveteen Dream taking on the NXT champion, Adam Cole, baby. And this one is interesting because if Velveteen Dream loses, as long as Cole is champion, he can never challenge for the title again. This is going to be in...
Dog.
Yeah, I know. And this is going to be in I think going to be more like a cinematic setting, which I am very excited about. Sorry?
It's a back lot brawl. Is that what they're calling
back lot brawl. That's pretty interesting.
I almost said back alley brawl, but that was that weird shit that they did with Goldust and Roddy Piper.
Oh, interesting. Okay. But yeah, the back out brawl, back lot brawl, whatever it's going to be called, wherever they're going to wrestle. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. I'm becoming a sucker for these cinematic matches. I'm thinking until this whole pandemic cools down, or until we're ready to go outside again, we're going to get more and more of these cinematic matches, and they're probably going to be the main event for all these WWE pay-per-views. I'm totally for it, by the way. So this is interesting. I'm very, very excited, though.
They're going to do it do you remember, like, Ruthless Aggression era when they used to do parking lot brawls?
Oh, yeah, like that.
That's what it's going to be like, because it says that it's going to be cars surrounding the area with headlights being used for lighting. So it'll look like that thing that JBL and John Cena did, and I think Eddie Guerrero was in one as well, but I don't remember against who.
I think there's going to be a ring though.
It'd be really cool if there was a ring.
In the promos there was a ring
because of the major stipulation that was added. I need my guy to get that belt, man. I need Dream to win. I want Dream to win. I need Dream as champion because I think he would be so entertaining with the title. So who should win? Velveteen Dream. Who will win? Velveteen Dream.
With the call-up of Matt Riddle and the call-up of Austin Theory and Angel Garza, it seems that WWE, because of the pandemic, that not everybody can be there. They're pulling people up from NXT who are in the area. With that and the stipulation, I'm thinking, and the Dexter Loomis drawing, where he's taking away the Undisputed Era so that Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream can have a real match. I think Velveteen Dream is going to win this. Who I think should win, Dream. Who will win, Dream. And I think the era go up to either Raw or SmackDown.
I am definitely in agreement as far as the result of the winner goes. I do think that definitely Dream should and will win at TakeOver. I would not mind seeing Johnny Gargano versus the Velveteen Dream for the NXT title at some point. That would be, I think that's where Johnny needs to be. I think Gargano, he's like an NXT lifer. He even said, right, did the whole NXT for life or whatever back when he was a good guy. And, trying to do this whole thing where he's trying to reshape NXT in his image, I think it would be really cool for Johnny to try to go after Dream and try to get the title off him. I mean, I don't want him to do it just yet, but it would be cool. But either way, I do think that Dream should and will win this match at TakeOver. So that pretty much concludes who we think should and will win at NXT TakeOver in your house. The logo has changed once again on John's background. But I'm actually really looking forward to this. How about you guys?
I think it's going to be really good. It's the best looking NXT card in a while. I'll say that.
I love how they're bringing back the in your house thing. I wonder if they're going to have like the old set and everything. That should be interesting.
It would be really cool if they did.
It would be really cool, yeah.
I am really looking forward to the match of Ciampa and Karrion Kross. Looking forward to Balor and Priest, and especially Lee and Gargano. The whole card looks fantastic. I hope it really delivers. Should be a damn good show, and we're going to review it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so definitely check out Armbar Audio on YouTube as well as Anchor and other podcast platforms. Check out Armbar Nerds, the collaborative project between the three of us. We, like I said, just dropped a new episode on Wednesday. It was a lot of fun to do, so go check it out there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Tim and John, for joining me on these predictions. And with that, that's pretty much it for the video. Don't forget to let me know what you think should and will happen at TakeOver in your house in the comments section below. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on social media and them on social media. And tell your friends about the Nerdy Mark as well as Armbar Audio.
Everybody, too sweet the camera to end the video.
All right, but too sweet, everybody. Thank you. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.